What's up everyone, Yellowdot here and welcome to my new series, the Genshin HARDCORE Nuzlocke. We will start getting into it and we will also start going over the rules during the most of this episode, which will be episode 1. I'm looking forward to recording all of this. We will see what it will be like. It's gonna be an absolute challenge, but let me get into it and then we can start going over the rules. Now, our first decision here will be what twin we want to play as. I think I will go with either based on what I plan on doing mostly. I will play as either mostly because he's the guy, he's better climbing speed I believe and better gliding or whatever, better running speed, so it's just better overall I would say. I'm not sure if this is true or not. You can tell me whether that is not true in the comments, but I believe that is true. It's like climbing or gliding. Something is fast. I forgot what it was. Anyway, we need to come up with a creative name. Luckily, I'm an ancient being and I know names from all over the world. This is the best name I could come up with. Perfect. Alright, let's get into it. Let's move on. Now that we are actually in the game, I don't know if you guys care about watching the cutscenes or not. If so, let me once again let me know whether or not you guys want to watch the cutscenes. Personally, I'm not much about them since I've watched them before like 2 or 3 times, you know. So let's start getting into the rules now that we're basically into the game. So the first most important big rule is, I will also put this rule on screen so while I explain them. Rule number 1 should be on screen somewhere around now. If a character dies, then it can no longer be used. So it's as simple as it says, you know. Once your character dies, let's say I play as my main character only right now, and he were to die. Boom, that's it. The run would be over. Our first combat, so engaging. Yeah, that's the basics for Rule 1. When a character dies, it can no longer be used. Now, let's go on to rule number 2. When the character is dead, their weapon and artifacts can no longer be used. So this is quite a very strict and heavy rule. I implemented together with my Twitch stream actually. You can always catch me live there. But this is gonna be a YouTube exclusive series, so you guys can always see this only on YouTube. Don't worry about that. Anyway, yeah, as it says, we will no longer be able to use the weapon and the artifacts on that character. So let's say I have Kaya as example, and he has the prototype Rancor on it, right? So if Kaya were to die, I would no longer be able to use the weapon called the prototype Rancor, which is very interesting, which is basically the basics of Rule 2. And any artifacts that he wears as well, let's say he has a bunch of 5-star artifacts, I would no longer be able to use those either. So that's it for rule number 2. Alright, now we get into rule number 3. Rule number 3 is a really simple one, which is no co-op. So the main reason for this is so I can't get carried in scenarios. People are like, well, it might be harder because you just have just one character, but it's even harder for a person if you only have 4 characters, which is can be quite a challenge. Look, our first chest is over. Alright, let's get this first chest real quick. Paimon can wait for us, you know. She will wait. So that's the basic of rule 3. No co-op. Really simple. So rule number 4 is quite an interesting one. We'll get right into it when we are into our next fighting scene here. Alright, we have the first bit of the map unlocked. The first statue of the 7th has been given us for free naturally. They're basically all pretty easy to collect after all. And with that, let's get on to rule number 4. Rule number 4 is we can only use food heal, no statue replenishing. So while we're at the statue, I will do something real quick, which oh wait, I forgot, I have to use my elemental skill. I will show you guys here in just a second. I cannot use any statue healing, and you guys might be wondering, wait, can't you just walk up to the statue accidentally and then heal from it? And then you might be right, that might be the case. But we're about to solve that problem for eternity. So let's get our elemental burst out of the way here. Alright. So what you can do here, let me show you. You can interact with the statue of the 7. select status blessing, and then you can turn off the status blessing. So from now on, we will never ever be recovered by the tree, and the only healing we can use is from stuff such as Sensedias, apples. We got some free sweet madams, you know. We got some stuff going. I think we also got some meal. We even got some meal. Look at that. We got some wings, even some more food. Oh, this is all gonna be so precious to me. All that food, you know. Alright, so let's move on. Actually, first, let's equip an artifact. We got our first artifact ever. Let's equip. Boom, the adventurous still feather. Now let's hope we don't die anywhere near early on. I don't want to use XP cards just yet. I want to be kind of conservative with them, based on the fact that if a character dies, you basically lose everything on them, including their level, so all the XP you used on the character would be otherwise wasted. There's also a little sneaky chest here, I believe. Yep, right here. Let's get that. Alright, let's move on to rule number 5. So rule number 5 is another basic one, a bit more or so a quality of life for myself, which is teleporting around is allowed. So let's say I'm somewhere like way out on like Cape Oaf here somewhere, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to walk all the way back, so I can just teleport like over here to Starfall Lake if I would want to, as example, you know? Basically making it a small quality life. Why wouldn't I use something like teleporting around, you know? We discussed this on the stream chat as well. And I feel like it's a fair enough rule to have me be able to teleport around. Just for my own sake, you know? For my own sanity. And look at that, we just killed our first camp. Luckily, we did not die, so that's nice. So rule number 6 is the account will be free to play, of course. You know, you get a bunch of stuff for free, such as Primo Gems, so that is all still within the free to play limit. But I can't like go to the shop, you know, I can't like go to the shop, which I don't even have access to yet, and buy Primo Gems and stuff like that, you know. None of that will happen. Another thing I will try to do is whenever I am in combat, I will try to include that, of course, as well in the recording. I think that is just for the better, so you guys get the truest of experience. But things like cutscenes and stuff, I will probably tend to skip. Main story, cutscenes and stuff like that, I will probably just skip like all of it, you know. Mostly because it's like not the core of the series. So let's move on. Alright, now that the Dvalin scene is gone and the Ember scene is done, we unlocked Ember, we can play as Ember and everything, you know. We can shot, we can aim shot right here. So let's get into rule number 7. Rule number 7 is once you enter a domain, you cannot leave it until you either beat it or one character has died. So this is quite a harsh rule as well. Let's say you have Kaya. Once again, Kaya is the example here. Kaya and main character in a domain, and your Kaya were to die, then you could press the map, teleport out teleport to safety, take your losses, cut them, and just leave. So the interesting thing about the domain rule is this also applies in the Spiral Abyss. So let's say I enter the Spiral Abyss floor 1 as example, with like 4 characters, and I make it all the way to the 3rd floor, but one character dies on the 3rd floor. I can choose to either leave, take my losses, or I can try to continue and beat it, you know? It's up to me whether or not I want to continue or whether I want to beat it. So that is the most basic way I can probably explain rule number 7. Now we will get to rule number 8. Rule number 8 is wishing is fine and everything, but if the character you wish for dies, then they too can no longer be used. So this is why the account is free to play. Let me skip across this real quick. Alright, now that we are through that cutscene, we are back. So as I was saying, wishing is fine, but if the wished character for dies, let's say I wish for a Beto and I get a Beto. If the Beto dies, I can no longer use the Beto. So that's why this account will be free to play, as I had mentioned, mostly so I can't like take advantage of things like that. I'm still kind of limited to what I can and cannot do as a free to play player, you know. But I think that should all be fair play. Now, for the final rule, which is which is what you all might be wondering, which is what is the end goal of the series? What do you want to achieve through this hardcore playthrough? What is your final end goal? What's your late game goal, you know? And I will tell you, my end goal is to beat floor 12-3 from the Spiral Abyss. No matter what rotation it might be, no matter what it may be, the final goal will be beating 12-3 from the Spiral Abyss in this series, which is gonna prove to be a real challenge. The reason why this will prove to be a real challenge is because I have mentioned Rule 7, if you remember, when a character dies in a domain, you either beat it or one character dies and they can decide to leave. So this is gonna play a huge factor in the later floors of the Spiral Abyss. Now let me skip through this real quick. Alright, and with that said, we have Lynn's quest done, which is another adventure rank for us, making us some good progress early on. We will shoot this out. I believe 2 fire slimes also spawn here, so come on out. Yep. We'll take care of those real quick. So things like fire and stuff on the ground are things I have to watch out for. But yeah, rule number 9, the goal being beating the it's not really a rule, it's more like, I guess, my goal, you know. Beat the Spiral Abyss floor 12-3 in this challenge, you know. That's gonna be the end goal. So, as you guys might imagine, every food source is gonna be precious to me, so I'm sorry, little Timmy, I have to take some foul. I'm sorry, we need this. Every bit of food is precious to us because we can't use the statues. And for those who might have forgotten the rules, all of the rules will be in the paste bin, so you guys can refer to it at any time. The paste bin will also be in the description and in the pinned message of each video. So if you guys have perhaps forgotten, you can always look at it. Now let me enter Mondstadt and skip through this cutscene. Alright, we need to meet Amber up on the high ground to get our glider. That's the next goal, of course. So those were all the rules, and if anyone if all of you guys that are watching have any suggestions to add to rules, or like something is like too rude or too rough for myself, you guys can always make suggestions on the rules in the comment section. You know, I will look through all of your precious comments and decide whether or not something is fair or something isn't fair, you know. We'll be able to see it easy enough. It wants me to teleport, but I'm not doing that right now. Anyway, let's move on up. While we are on our way to Amber, let's get this quick chest over here, which is nice and easy to get, which I believe is also either luxurious or a precious chest, so that's pretty nice to have early on. It could drop 3-star, and I believe even 4-star stuff, so could be a really good start to our artifacts. So let's see what we will get from this. So I think it's gonna be sometimes rough to think of what to talk about, but I'll try to come up with stuff here and there, you know. But the most important stuff through this series is gonna be the combat and of course collecting chests, getting ARs, you know. Cooking food is even massive. Look at that. Oh, two instructor pieces. Look at that. That's beautiful. You couldn't make it a more beautiful start for me, game. You like to see that. You like the game just throwing stuff at you like that, you know. Look at that. Increases elemental mastery by 80 this early game. Isn't that wonderful? That's just what you dream about. You love to see it. So the thing is, I think I will also give Amber some artifacts, mostly because if a character dies, they're lost forever. Even though Amber might not seem so significant now, it might be significant later if all my other characters are dead. So I'd rather have everything up to speed, just in case, you know. Alright, let me get in this Amber cutscene real quick. Alright, we now have the wind glider. Whoop, here we go. Dangerous, proceed carefully. Yeah, you wouldn't want to drop and die from fall damage, would you? But it's fine, we're fine. Whenever I feel in trouble, I will just plunge attack, you know. We need to be really careful because I guarantee you that one day we will die from fall damage. Alright, let's finish this quest. Alright, I believe this is actually the Dvalin scene, so I'll keep that in. The Dvalin scene where you go up in the air and shoot at him, you know. I think it's a very neat scene that introduces you to the game. Even though it's not like super hard or super impressive, I still really like this scene personally. So we will watch it together. And this is like one of those few scenes I will probably make an exception for, because it's just so nice to experience, whether you're new to the game, whether you're a veteran, you know, like myself, you know, you can still appreciate the things like this, things that you will remember forever, you know, when you like started playing the game. And well, that might not be the case for all people though, because some people, you know, you could ask them a question and they probably have forgotten most of the early game by now. And at least that's what I imagine to be the case. Personally, I think I remember most of it because I do have multiple accounts, and you know that makes it easier to remember. Here is Venti assisting us. Well, we will shoot down the Valen right there, I believe. There we go. Let's see if we can speedrun it, see if we can make it really fast. Look at this. World record pace right here. Nobody has ever seen a man shoot down the Valen so fast. You know, I'm not sure whether or not that is a good or a bad thing, but I think in this case it would be considered a good thing, right? There's no way it would be considered a bad thing. But yeah, I hope you all are looking forward to this series as much as I have been to record it. I might sound a bit nervous, you know, we'll get over that because I'm just really excited to finally be able to record this. Alright, I believe this cutscene is about over, so let's finish this and meet up when this cutscene is done. Alright, now that we are through that cutscene, we have unlocked the dressing room. How precious. And we also can view the character outfits now and equip our shiny wings of companionship. Look at that, beautiful. Now we will make our way down to Jean to continue. Actually, there's something I want to do really quick. Hold on. Let's go back up. It's something I really quick want to grab. I want to grab the waypoint, and I also want to grab the precious chest that's up here. So let's kill those two birds with one stone, because I think this precious chest up here, or luxurious, whichever it may be, also has a chance to once again drop some really good stuff. First, let's make sure we get the waypoint. You know, that's nice teleport spot, which I actually still tend to use every now and then. You know, it's pretty handy. In the main game, that is. Luxurious chest. Look at that, another instructor piece. The rest is not that impressive, I have to say, but another instructor piece we will take. And this time Amber can have one as well. That's pretty nice. Congratulations, Amber. You should be very happy with your upgrade. Let's hope you don't lose it, because I'm really afraid that even though I'm putting like all these artifacts all dilly-dally on characters, you know, that I can lose those at any second, you know. There's also a chest over there, so let's grab that one real quick as well, if you don't get swooped. We did not get swooped, alright. I think this is one of the few times the windmills actually go. I'm not sure if I ever see them go in the actual game, but it might just because they are really slow, I'm not sure. Anyways, let's head to the Favonius headquarters and talk to Jean and everything. Alright, we made it through the Jean beginning phase and we have unlocked the wish and the shop. So this means we get to do our first 10 pull on the beginner banner on the account, which naturally we will be able to do on the beginner banner, which is actually our best choice here for what we can do. The beginner banner guarantees us Noelle and even has a chance to give us another character. So I was really excited for the first 10 pull, and hopefully we'll pull 2 characters instead of 1, because Noelle is a guaranteed one after all. Another good thing about the beginner wish is because you get a free you get a discount of 2 wishes, which I think is also pretty massive. I'm actually gonna skip going to Amber and head towards Windrise first, so I can get our next waypoint going, you know, and the Animalculus and everything open. But first, let's do our 10 wish. I hope you guys are as excited as me. Wish me good luck, good luck, good luck. Let's see how this will go. Our first 10 wish ever. We get a purple. No gold, but that's fine. I mean, we get a debate club for Noelle, so maybe we get some good weapons in this as well, you know. Even the 3-star weapons can be very valuable during this series. So we take anything we can get here. It looks like we are just gonna get Noelle though, unfortunately, because it hasn't been very big so far. We have a Noelle, but I don't think we will pull another character here. which is very, very unfortunate. We only have one extra character now. Oh, I was hoping for at least 2, but hopefully on our next 10 pull on this banner, whenever we get it, we will get some proper luck. Anyways, let's look at our new weapons real quick. Let's see what we got. We got the cool steel, which actually is pretty bad, but it's better than the silver sword, so we take those. I believe we also got a raven bow. We even got a slingshot, which is actually pretty luxurious early on. So let's go for the slingshot on Amber, and then of course for Noelle we have the beautiful debate club. Oh, the one-of-a-kind club that will make the difference. Let me tell you, that club I've spent hours with that club already. And you know, as a man that has spent hours with that club, I can safely say that is a club you can count on. Let's quickly lead this Sealy back home, get a chest from here real quick, you know. And then we will head towards the statue of the 7th over here. Alright, that's some loot right there. There's an animoculi over here, which we will also collect. There we go. Blow these out of the atmosphere, stratosphere. Alright. Let's go. It is indeed a statue of the 7th Paimon. Thank you for noticing. Alright, we have that unlocked now. We will offer our animoculi. And we will get some stamina. You know, it's a beginning. This is the beginning of a new journey. A journey that will be very exciting. Oh, alright. Let's see. Now, our next goal will be probably to go back to Amber over here. And finish this real quick. Let me skip through this cutscene with Amber, and then I'll meet you guys inside the domain. Alright, here we are in our very first domain ever. So I think this will be basic enough to do well in, you know.
Wow, I can see so far into the temple.
I couldn't see anything, Amber, I gotta be honest. I kind of know what Amber does. I mean, you taught me, but now you taught me twice. I think that might be nice for newer players, but you know. We also have something here, which I think is Seize the Day exactly. Oh, look at that, 3 heroes wits. That's massive right there. And we have some trials to do as well later on. That's gonna be some free stuff for us. We love free stuff on this account. We really do. You love to see it. Alright, let's shoot all of that down. Boom. Now we're gonna get in combat. Alright, shields are weak to pyro. Noted, noted. Something I did not know yet. It's always nice. Elemental sight. Oh, I see. Thank you for letting me know about elemental sight. Look at how wise we are becoming. The game is teaching us what to do, you know? A horn? Oh no. What a shame. Alright. Let's open the chest. Chests are massive as well, of course. Even these are massive because these can give food content, which is still really useful. Even though the raw meat is somewhat useful for like ham and later on for hash browns. Early on for like steak and revival items, we say no to those. We don't make those around these parts, you know?
Well, one shot should be able to blow them up.
Yep, just like that. So we kind of need to be careful either way. I feel like early on we don't really have a serious threat of dying, you know. As you guys may be wondering some things like, when will he do the abyss? He's probably gonna do it like extremely late to make sure he can like prepare properly. And honestly, I do want to prepare properly. I am afraid of dying at the abyss with this account, because once you die, you either go back to the very beginning and do like make a new account, or you just give up completely. And I think if I ever were to die in this series, I probably would do it again if you guys would want me to do it again. But let's hope it will not come to that. Let's just hope we do everything first try, you know. A man can pray, and that's all we really can do. All we really can do is hope we do well. Alright, let's break this crystal real quick, and I'll meet you guys outside. Alright, we finished. Let's get this beautiful chest. Adventure rank 6 as well. Let's get out of here. and then we can make our way to the next domain, which I believe is Kaya. And I think we also get Kaya there, and then after that we will get Lisa. So we will get a bunch of new characters in this first episode. You know, 5 characters in one episode. Whew, that's pretty massive. You're not gonna see that again, let me tell you that much. Some iron chunks over here as well, which are also handy. We might as well pick those up.
I'll catch up.
From what I remember, there is actually a side quest with the blacksmith that requires a few of those. So it might be just nice to collect them. I don't pay attention to my aim plays, you know, I'm on 12 ping, it's really rough to aim, it's always the ping's fault. It wasn't my fault, I promise. But we do get another chest, and another animalculi, that's 2 animalculis right there. That's what you love to see. Alright, there's another camp over here that we will have to deal with real quick. So I think one of the things that's massive here actually is Baron Bunny, because Baron Bunny is actually a nice distraction, especially in the future. Will serve me really well to either distract enemies or make me be able to get around something. Even in like domains, it might be handy. So perhaps we have to kind of build Amber in a sense, just so to make sure that 1, she doesn't die, and 2, we have a viable reason of using her. And mostly, of course, for the overworld, like the overworld puzzles, you know. Like, let's say Amber dies. How am I gonna do any torch-related puzzle?
Let it rain.
You know? It's gonna be impossible. And I'm looking at my HP while I'm in the fire, and I already am so afraid. Because I can't use the statues for healing either. Every hit is just... It can be so damage dealing depending on the situation. But yeah, luckily it's early on. And at AR 18, I believe, we do get a free Barbara, which is pretty massive, because a free Barbara means we get free heals, you know. And that's something I am looking very much forward to. Even though we wouldn't be able to heal at the statue, we would have Barbara. So we would have a backup plan at that point. A quick another animalculi, that's number 3 right there. Let's go. There's also a waypoint here with some torches and I believe a chest as well. So let's go ahead and get it as well. As you can see, well, the first episode, which is this one, will probably be mostly like collecting stuff, getting waypoints, and getting through most of the early story. You know, once we hit like the end of this part of the story, I think we have to get to like AR 10 to progress in the story. So we'll be focusing on like handbook related stuff and stuff like that to try and AR up. And I kind of want to try, another thing I kind of want to try and do is get Sean Ling as early as possible, because Sean Ling can also be a game changer, in the Abyss especially. Not only that, it is another pyro character, which is something I very much would like to have, you know? Alright, let me see here. Where's the lost torch at? Oh, it's right there. Was it 3 or 4 for this one? Honestly, I don't remember. It's 4. Oh, it's right here. Alright, we're fine. Let's go. So now we go up here and we go and collect this chest up here as well. And there we go. A new fresh adventure begins, you know. Alrighty, let me see here. So our goal is gonna be next to just head towards Chaos Temple right here. Or quote-unquote domain. It's like a tiny domain, I guess. Why am I didn't mean to throw Baron Bunny out there, but that slime was just sent to a different planet. But it's fine. And I think Noelle can also become big for me, because not only can she slurp up my defense percentage artifacts, which I always get, she can also help me out with things like like healing, you know, because Noelle, I believe, can also heal. Even without any constellation, it's just way less likely that she will heal. Anyways, let me talk to Kaya and I'll meet you guys inside of the domain. Alright, now that we are inside, we get to play as our main man Kaya right here. Which I think can also be really helpful because he has the cryo going for him, you know, he has some superconduct potential. If we get a proper electro character, whether it's Lisa or someone else, which will accelerate my physical damage outcome.
How do you know?
So let's go down here and spank these boys real quick. Oh,
The kind of experience
a quick spank will do.
traveler.
Now let's go
Unless
ahead
I'm
and get this
mistaken,
chest. Here we go.
You don't seem to have a vision.
We do not.
So how
That's a
exactly
good
is it that you're
observation.
able to channel
Wait,
elemental
I
energy?
see a barrel. I'm sorry, guys. When I see a barrel, it gets me all going because it could contain, you know, something like a cooking ingredient. And cooking ingredients, as you now know, I guess, or it's stuff I want. I'm still gonna risk stuff like this, naturally, like the basic stuff, like dashing through and iframing through like so. Not only do you not get hit, it's just a safe way all across. It's very nice in multiple scenarios. The iframing is just very satisfying to do in the game as well. So when I get an opportunity like that, I will probably do it no
Seems the
matter
path
what.
ends here. Let's use the wind currents to
Alright,
fly up.
let's go ahead up. There we go. That was a smooth landing right there. You like to see that, don't you? Alright, the big boy pyro slime right here. Yep, let's shoot that down. We freeze you. And then we take care of you and your lackeys. Look at that.
Observation. We
Alright.
should get Jean to give you
Or
a title
a
and
carrot.
become
See,
known.
that's what I'm talking about. Look at that carrot. Ooh. There's more stuff here. There's all these goodies and people just leave these behind, you know. Can you believe that? Honestly, I can believe that, but only someone like me in like a situation like this would probably go for all these barrels and chests, you know, crates even. Because chest is a given, I presume everyone goes for those. Alright, here I need to be careful because here you can actually die already. So if another thing for those who are curious, a rule that I probably should set in stone is if you drown, it also counts as a death.
Speaking of, did
And
you know
if you were curious, if you fall in
Stone
these
Fairy was
spikes
once one of the
over
four
here,
winds?
you are considered drowned.
I'm not aware of the exact
So,
details. If you're interested,
I'd
you
rather
can ask
be
the acting
safe
Grandmaster
than
about
sorry
it.
with this. So we took it really slow there, just for safety measures. So we'll add that as a rule from now on. Since I haven't done it yet. If you drown, you are permanently dead as well.
Is that the thing that Stormfire
Of
is
course,
using
when
to
you're in the
kill its
overworld
power?
and you're in the water, you can just teleport out.
probable.
But in
Let's
domains
deal with
like
it.
this, you can't really get through it that easily. Anyway, let's get through this cutscene and I'll see you guys after it. Alright, we made it through the cutscene and now we have unlocked Kaya officially. Which of course we will need to equip immediately with his own sword, which is with his own ooh, the Traveler's Handy Sword is actually relatively good, but I'm gonna put the cool steel on Kaya just because it makes more sense. I'm actually gonna put the Traveler's Handy Sword on Traveler. It is the Traveler's Handy Sword after all. But just in general it's a better choice as well, I feel like. Our next stop is gonna be Lisa's temple. So let's make it through here real quick and head towards that. So I believe to do our next 10 pull, we need 5 more wishes. So it will be quite some time before we get there, unless we get like enough primo gems, which also will take some time. Also, I just want to add something. Like, this is not a rule or anything. This is something I need to be aware of myself. Like, you know, we have like the hypostasis event as of right now. Things like that I would never consider doing on this account unless it's on easy and just to get the primo gems. Like, I would not go out of my way to try and clear it on expert on this account because that would be way too risky. Not only is the hypostasis event considered a domain, it also is just an extremely risky place to risk deaths in general. So therefore I would probably, if an event like that were to come in the future when I'm playing this account, I would not go for that. I would just do it on easy, get the primos and get out probably. Just to be safe rather than be sorry and lose like all my characters, you know. Of course, if I'm feeling confident, I might try to get some points to be able to like get some of the more awards. But at the moment, I don't really think that confidence is quite there just yet. I accidentally ulted with Noelle there, but it's fine. Noelle can show some work right there. Look at that, she's doing work. And there's an homunculi over there. Let's grab that real quick. We can also offer to the statue real quick since we're next to it and level up our statue perhaps. Need to be careful here with my stamina. Alright, we're fine. Because if I were to like land in the water over here, in the deep water, and just be in the water with low stamina, yes, I would want to think about being that close this early to dying, you know. I would be embarrassed if I were to die this early, honestly. So let's hope things like that won't happen during this series. Like even, as I said, dying from fall damage, I feel like that's a very likely thing that can happen. That's one of those things I am extremely afraid of happening during this series. So let's just hope I don't forget ever to plunge attack. I always will need to be on my guard, and that's the thing that's gonna be driving me to like continue, you know. Always be on my guard, always be on the lookout. Always have a heads up. Let's get this Animalcular in the tree real quick. It's one of the slower ones to get early on because you have lower stamina. Because this is like one of those situations you could fall down, and that's what you not want. What's what you don't want to see. Let's get another Animalcular right over here, which you can. If you did not know, you can collect one of these particles, and then press E with your main character and just activate them like that. Which, so to my surprise, some people might still not know that. So perhaps I might have helped like a few of you out today. The pro tips during the series, you know. You gotta show off the pro tips. How else are you supposed to beat the series if you don't show your pro tips? Alright, let's shoot this guy down because he's really annoying me. Not only that, he needs to die for the chest. And there we go, that's another exquisite chest. Not only that, we can press G to scroll really quickly to all of this. Look at that. Oh, for those who are curious, whenever you scroll through those, you get one Primo Gem for each thing you read, and right there we collected 22 Primo Gems, just like that. It may seem small, but you know, it could be more significant than it may seem. I almost said more insignificant, which would mean the opposite, but you know. There we go, there's some more iron chunks. I think weapon crafting is also gonna be massive to make sure I have some proper weapons. Not only that, I feel like I need to have weapons ready for all my characters, just in case one character dies. Because rule 2 is probably, I would not be sure what the most harsh rule is, but rule 2 would be up there for me. Of course, rule 1, where like if a character dies, it stays this, it's harsh. But that's the whole core of the series, you know, of the series, to make sure I am not dying. Or that even if I die, I get harshly punished for it, so I try to prevent it next time. Just collecting some iron chunks, these will always be handy, whether it's for making weapons, whether it's for making enhancement ores, you know? Could be good for anything, basically. Now we have another exquisite chest over here, which will give us like 1 or 2 more primos. Nice. We can fly up here and collect one Animalcular as well. Here it comes. Nice. And then we will fly towards the temple where Lisa is waiting for us. And I do believe, indeed, as the map shows, there's one more Animalcular here, which we might as well collect really quick as well. Let's hope we don't fall in Lisa's cutscene. We didn't. So that is nice. It's right here above the boar. Oh. So someone suggested from my Twitch chat, Unknown Voice suggested that I'll talk to that when we're in the domain. Hold on, let me get through this cutscene real quick. Alright, now that we're inside, I can continue my thought process, which is one of my Twitch viewers, Unknown Void, suggested to me that I should do the end goal being getting all achievements in the game, which I do think is a really good goal, but I do think it's extremely challenging. But if we beat 12-3 successfully off the Spiral Abyss, then I will consider prolonging the series to be able to do the entire achievements, all of the achievements, which would be extremely challenging because you would have to end up doing things like sacrificing characters. Because for those who don't know, there's 2 sacrificial ones, where one you have to sacrifice a death to a boar to get a achievement called Get Bored, and then there's another one where you have to die from the shear cold in Dragonspine, which is also an achievement. So those 2 achievements would cost me 2 characters by itself.
Leave it to me.
But if I were to do an all achievement run, after I would beat floor 12, if that were to happen, I would save that for Lost, as my last 2 achievements, I will have to say.
It's an electro monument.
Because I'd rather be safe than sorry with scenarios like that. It's not like I want to sacrifice characters early on, you know?
Try to activate it with a bit of electro power.
Alright.
Stand back, sweeties.
Wait, what? I didn't hold my E for long enough. There we go. Alright. Just zapping down some blobs. There we go. Nice and easy. Now we'll get this chest over here. Never miss a chest, you know. I feel really bad if I miss a chest in this series. Of course, my goal will be to collect as many chests as possible, but if there's an episode where I will just collect a lot of chests, I'll probably do like a time lapse with some music under it or something like that to make it more enjoyable for all of us, including myself. Alright, let's take out this hilly chill right here. They wanted us to use Lisa there, but I definitely prefer the frozen reaction over the other reactions. You guys have some radishes? Yes, indeed. And some meat. How useful. And another chest. We need to glide up here. I want to watch my
another wind current.
Stamina.
Let's ride it up from here.
There we go. Making it through again. Look at us go. Getting all these chests, all these cabbages, radishes. Everything is coming to us. Sincedias. The nice thing about the Traveler's Handy Sword is it actually heals you, and the nice thing about it is that if I take some damage early game, I don't have to feel as horrible because I can just heal it back up. At least that's only the case on my main character currently, because I only have a Traveler's Handy Sword on him, of course. So let's swap to Lisa here, do a whole E attack. Perfect. Beautiful indeed. So I never have really been a fan of catalyst users personally, but I think this series might make me use a bunch of them just for not only safety measures, but also just maybe by force if like some characters die. Another thing I could do is make my party just 2 characters, that if I were to lose a character, I wouldn't feel as bad, you know. But once again, I'd rather have 4 just to have, so I can have more swaps, more elemental reactions and stuff like that. And I do think it might be kind of like cheating if I were to use 2 characters instead of 4, because it could make things quote unquote easier in some scenarios. You guys can let me know your own thoughts on that though. Anyway, the finishing the Dragon Breath or whatever it is here. So let me beat it up and I'll meet you guys outside. Alright, we finished that cutscene and we will get this chest and leave the domain. Now our next goal will be our final goal for this episode, which is, I believe, talk to Jean and finish off this quest. And then our next major goal will be hitting AR10. Actually we can watch the cutscene. Look at this, everything is turning bright. Everything is turning nice and shiny. Storm Terror has topped attack and we're all happy and joyous, you know. We unlocked Lisa, that they can't get any better. You guys, I know some of you guys love Lisa. If it were in Japanese voice, that is, you know. But unfortunately, we are using the English voice through this series, just in case. Alright, that was it indeed. We don't even have to talk to Jean. So I think I will head to Mondstadt, get my adventures book. And then after that, we will call it. So, yeah, it's like telling me about ley lines, telling me about everything on how to get more adventure rank XP. It's then gonna tell me here to get to the adventure guild. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, now that we're in Mondstadt, let's go ahead and get our adventure book. And see how much of Alright, Paimon, can you please calm down? I'm trying to explain something here. Alright, we're gonna get through this real quick. Thank you, Paimon. Let's see when we get our adventure book, how much of it we can complete. I know, it's Catherine. Thank you, Paimon. Yes. Please give me the adventure book. because this is a really big essential piece that we need. And also a bunch of adventuring core. Look at that. More, not only Sweet Madame, we even get some Primo Gems. And I wish, wait, we might be able to do our next 10 pull. Hold on. Maybe the series can end on a fabulous 10 pull. So let's have a quick look on that. Because we have another 10 pull on the beginner banner, which will guarantee us another character, I believe. Not only that, we finished the first page in the handbook just like that. Hit AR8. Get our ley lines unlocked. Look at that, it's beautiful. Also beautiful. Give me that. 50 more Primo Gems just like that. Isn't it wonderful? Alright, so let's have a look over here. So how much more do we need? 4 wishes. We actually cannot quite do that yet. So we will save that for next episode. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all in the next episode, which will also air on every Saturday at 12 p.m. CEST, 6 a.m. EST, 3 a.m. PST. I'm not sure about the rest of the time zones, I'm sorry, but that's all as far as I can remember. If you guys have any suggestions towards the series, feel free to comment those as well, whether like it's a new rule or something about the current rules that you don't like, you know. Let me know. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on this. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.